continue, and this is MD a License to Kill 3. I'm going to put this up because Larry Flint was shot. Everybody knows him. He was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing a book on mind control murders programming. And now that you can Google, it won't show you. Mind control is invisible, so it's hard to prove. So these have been done over the years for a long time. I had a letter from the FBI. And by the way, I was down in the FBI office many times back then, and so was my husband, who later I found out he actually worked for the CIA. My God, it just gets so. But I wanted to mention this because Flint said he was shot, and it was a mind control murder, March 6th of 78. I was living in Moodacre Apartments, and he was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And here's where he did the article. He's even got the Murphy, it's cryptic, and Larry McDonald in there. It's a question. The FBI run Hustler magazine, I'm told, because when I got this, I didn't see him after I was flown out there twice. He helped me in the campaign to replace Larry McDonald. And I don't know if this is people even, I don't know. That's just about shot. Look at it, how old it is, 84. So I don't really, let me say this, I never knew I was going to end up here in Roanoke, living on the Appalachian Trail, starving, freezing, having all this mess continued against me. What Mr. Flint did, let me say this, he did furnish me a car for a year, 83 to 84. When I got this, I tried to get in touch with him, and where I was able to just put the phone call was put through, they just put me on hold. They never hung up on me. They just keep switching me until I got the idea that nobody was going to talk to me. So, the day this was sent, the Hustler magazine back then, I did have an apartment in Falls Church, Virginia, and I still had the Hustler car. And it was specially sent from Minnesota, from St. Cloud, the Twin Cities, which is out of Texas. They're not usually mailed from there, I don't think. And this may be the only copy, which would make it even more weird. How come one copy? I'm not sure, because I've never spoken with him since or anything. I know his wife, Althea, died, and it was strange what happened to her. But the phone call came up there in Falls Church at the apartment when I got the Hustler magazine right after I got it. And the gentleman on the other end of the line said, well, here you are. Well, obviously he knew where I was. He called me. He said, Mr. Flint is just horrified. I've forgotten his exact words. He doesn't know where you are. He's trying to find you. And he told me his name, and I said, well, you're the FBI agent out of Macon, Georgia, and here's where I hate to put a name in. I don't want to hurt someone who's tried to help me. Well, I can't think of his last name. I mean, that's weird. Of course I should know his last name. Malcolm, oh my gosh. Oh, well, I guess let me let that one go. Anyway, I end up here in Roanoke, and Mr. Flint is here in the parody being sued by Jerry Falwell, the Reverend from Lynchburg Liberty University. He'd showed me those galley proofs of that ad going into Hustler, and I thought, why is he showing me this? And that was in 83, and of course the parody was later, and then he was sued in federal court here. I never knew I was going to be here, especially living on the Appalachian Trail and starving and freezing, and things happened to me. Now I'm going to stop and just leave it at that. That's enough to show you some of things being pre-planned. The Murphy was used here. They're just cryptic. The Larry McDonald. So anyway, they knew where I was going to be. I can't think of his name. That is the weirdest thing. I've always thought of his name before. Well, anyway, before this tape goes out, I wanted to put this up. I've been made to move, and I've tried to tell it on the tapes, especially the last month or so, because I just lived at Scott Hill. It's low income, where they used black mold on me. It was in the air conditioning. It was old. It was pre-done, pre-planned. All of this has been. I can't get an apartment unless an agent goes ahead of me and gets it. And I have an immune disorder. I'm allergic to chemicals. I get really sick when it's toxic. I can go anywhere outside of where I live and not get sick or anything unless somebody's deliberately poured fuel on the ground right by me or something. But you get the gist. Normally I should have had a really good life. I was kidnapped and brought over here and tortured. You talk about terrorism. So now if I haven't lost where I was at here, I've been made to move. I lived at Scott Hill in Clifton Forge in the black mold. You can't take pictures of what they've done to me. I did get pictures before and after I left. They promised to fix it. I went back, and I don't have any money. And I went back, and it was a joke, and I took the pictures of that and all of it, so they could even take the last pennies I get, saying I broke a lease and all this. So now then, I'm up back here, and I've got to leave here. I found out they can do more things to you, make you look, just tell you you're lying, call you nuts, because the cops are telling them to do it, and they do it. Cops get something on them and use it, and like their kids broke the law, or they have tax, so the agencies have been used in it. And my God, somebody says, oh, this, because they know I'm telling the truth. That's what one of the FBI agents, when I was pumping gas in Grotto, said that Larry Flint Carr was sitting around back of it because I couldn't afford the gas yet. I'm pumping gas, and Noe, the agent retired, came in. He came in a lot of times, and he said, everybody knows what you're telling is true. They, meaning the FBI have made it so ludicrous. Everybody knows it's true, but it gives them a chance to help her walk away. Well, they couldn't walk away fast enough. So before this goes out, I'm going to put you the things that I put on the tapes since the 28th of last month anyway, being redundant because I put it on other tapes. I'm going to tell this. The plane going down from Juneau, Alaska to Seoul, South Korea. Larry McDonald aboard, Congressman Doctor, about mind control murders and the fact that they can create an illness or cure it. And I'm going to go to the Juneau, Alaska, which I don't know. It just happened, a coincidence. I mean, most of this didn't. But the mayor, recently elected mayor there, died. In these few days that I've put this up about, and I mentioned Juneau, Alaska, and Nixon being taken off, but Larry McDonald was left on the plane and it crashed. So they had to know it was going down, and I understand that Geraldo was on that plane and taken out. It was shot down by the Soviets because it went into their airspace. I'm trying to get this on here. I wrote about, or put it on tape about Murphy, Audie Murphy, and it landing at the plane went down near Catawba State Mental Hospital, not too far from here. By the way, I want to put this up real quick. Virginia Tech, the killings there, the 33 that died, April the 16th of '07 was mind control. So I'm going to leave it at that. I've got it on the tapes. But that happened. I put the videos up, and that Juneau, Alaska, the mayor. So maybe that's a coincidence, okay? But the media saying this was put together a long time ago. It didn't just happen. You're right, it is. But the media won't print the truth. Absolutely won't. So there's another way to make you move. They made me move with chemicals. I'm allergic and get in pretty bad shape. My immune system attacks itself. And I've quoted the retired state trooper that said that to me, his wife, since nobody wants to do anything about what's happening to me other than lock me up or get rid of me. So with what's going on to me here, I left Scott Hill apartment retirement and came back here because they used the black mold, and I got all kinds of videos of that. What good does it do me? I can't get an attorney. I'm back here, and lo and behold, they come in and spray the carpet. The next thing I know,